I'm finally gonna go over some self-care ideas, or just little like activities that will kind of like fill your cup, but with the caveat that they're no cost, just because you don't have to spend money to like feel good. So these are like activities you can do just when you're alone, when you don't have anything, like it's a weekend, you're like, what am I gonna do? Especially in the summer, people have a little bit more like downtime. And if you don't have anyone to hang out with, you don't have any specific plans, any trips, whatever, these are little simple things you can do that will just make your days better. And they're also just self-care activities that you can do regardless of the time of year, and that you should probably be implementing into your week anyway, so you can like prevent burnout, just be more productive, and just feel better in your body. So I kind of have these divided up kind of into categories, and I'm trying to think like what I personally like to do. Some things that like I just don't find very fulfilling, like you might, but these things I know that I like to implement, and even if I don't do them like weekly, I like to throw them in there once in a while, and sometimes I'm like, oh wow, this is really like relaxing, like I definitely should be doing this more. So let's just start with the obvious here, but especially because it's summer, the outdoors. And this is like a whole, like I need as much outdoor time as possible. Now, when I used to live in New Jersey and stuff, like I was not an outdoorsy person. Like I really didn't care. And I was like, oh my God, like I don't want to get any color. I was so pale. And like, first of all, I like stayed inside, but I also like didn't want to be tan. Now, honestly, I feel like I'm too tan. Like I'm a little concerned, but I need that vitamin D. I need that like fresh air. So number one, of course, and what I did yesterday was go to the beach. Now, obviously, like if you don't live like on a coastal state or whatever, you can just go to a pond or go to a river or go to a lake, whatever kind of like body of water is near you, go there. And just, you can literally just sit there and like just look out into the water, and or bring your beach towel with you. It doesn't matter if it's on the grass and not the sand, like you can lay out, tan, you know, whatever, just soak it in, like disconnect from technology. Like that is so wonderful to me. I need minimum 1 day at the beach every week. Like I have to go, because I know when we had super like gloomy, dark days in December and January here, because of like the El Nino weather system that was going this year in the whole country or whatever, like it was like New Jersey weather here, and I was like, oh my God, like I felt super, even my depression was like crazy, because I wasn't able to like go to the beach. Like it was like cold and gross and rainy, like it was not beach weather. Now that I can go basically almost every day, I mean, I feel so much better. So definitely get some beach time, and that's absolutely no cost, unless, I don't know, some beaches, like here at the beaches, there's free parking for the most part. I know in New Jersey, I think you actually have to pay to go on the beach, which is wild. But that's why, go to your free body of water and you'll enjoy it. The other thing is the nature trails. And you know I'm so big on this. I love doing that on the weekends, picking a new nature path, nature center, nature trail, state parks, whatever, and just like walking in nature. And it is wonderful. And I love bringing my phone. Like I have technology because I like taking photos of it, whatever, like it's just who I am. You don't have to be documenting it, but I love just taking pictures of it, and I love just walking by myself and just whatever. Obviously be safe, tell people where you are, but I really enjoy it. And it's usually like there's not a lot of people around, so you can just kind of chill. And I love doing it in the summer, especially here in Florida, which people are probably like, you're hiking, Florida hiking, in like 100-degree weather. And I'm like, yeah, like I feel so satisfied when I can just like work up a good sweat, just walk and just take my time and just kind of like whatever. Like it's not like a vigorous walk, like I'm not doing it as a workout, like I'm literally just leisurely walking, and it's wonderful. So again, you can do this like anywhere. Like if you actually have hiking trails and like mountains and stuff, like go do that. Like it is so fulfilling. Believe me, if you don't think you're an outdoorsy person, give it another try. This is kind of, I have an active category, but again, this is kind of outdoor as well. Biking. So biking is free, and it's free transportation too. So you can bike to the beach maybe. But that is always fun too, because it's a little bit more like, especially here, so we have the A1A, which kind of goes up the coast. Like people always bike that, whatever, and it's just, it can count as a workout. It's great for sightseeing, and it's a great way to like get to know your city or your town, whatever. But but it's just something fun, and it is free once you have a bike to do that again. Like a lot of people, you know, they haven't biked since they were kids, but it's definitely a fun activity to get back into if you have the bike and the helmet and everything ready to go. Also, mountain biking too, if that's your thing, instead of doing the hiking, you could bring your bike with you and you get like a 2-in-1 kind of a deal. The other thing is to either wake up super early and watch the sunrise, or you can, you know, go out during the sunset. And you can even include like, oh, do like a little picnic, a sunrise, yeah, I guess a sunset kind of picnic deal. Sunrise, maybe just bring a little cup of coffee or something, or a book, and just kind of enjoy that. Like make it a whole plan, like do a whole little trip. This obviously probably won't be like every day, but it's really nice and beautiful to get some like beautiful images depending on where you are. Like I know here we get beautiful sunrises. The west coast of Florida gets the sunsets, but anytime you can just kind of like watch the world wake up is beautiful, and a great opportunity to just kind of like chill and relax. Maybe a little meditation, maybe do some yoga at the time, but it's really fun. And that's fun if you do have a friend with you or something. You could just go do like a whole little, get out like a picnic blanket again and just kind of like sit there. Again, you don't have to be on the beach to do this. You could do this wherever. So in a field, in a whatever, you know, wherever you are, it's great. So I guess I will go into the active category because these kind of can be the same. But again, find workouts, like in my previous video about waking up early and working out, find workouts that you love, and if you don't like the ones that I suggest, it's totally fine. But yoga, obviously there are so many different forms of yoga. Like I do vinyasa and power yoga, so it is a very strenuous workout. But there's obviously like kundalini and like more meditative ones, yin yogas and all that kind of stuff, where hatha yoga is definitely a relaxing one. You can do those too, just as like something simple, and it can be like a very short, like 20-minute thing. Like it doesn't have to be long. Like I do very long yoga routines, but it's wonderful, and it's a great way to get in the workout, stretch your body, kind of breathe, and really like get in tune with how you're feeling. Like I'm someone who I'm very in tune with my body. I know every sensation, every feeling that goes on. I know my body now. And you know, some of that is from doing yoga and doing these more like very body focused workouts and things like that. So even like Pilates, like mat Pilates, I'd say mat Pilates over like the big crazy machine ones, not machine, but whatever, contraptions. I do have a mat Pilates leg routine that I do want to upload eventually, that I learned when I was a competitive dancer. And that is just another great way. So these like body focused workouts are fantastic for really just getting in tune with like your thoughts and your feelings and breathing and all that kind of stuff. And the other thing, obviously, like if you just don't have a workout routine yet, get one. Like develop some sort of plan, even if it is, oh, I'm just gonna work out, you know, 3 days a week to start. Do that, but like get consistent with it. So I'm gonna direct you to my other video, but start that because it's going to make you feel so much better, because your body's gonna feel better. You're gonna feel like, wow, I'm so productive and consistent, and it's just mentally, it's gonna put you in like a better, higher state of mind and place. So I obviously love strength training. Again, I like the functional fitness, Pilates, yoga, all that. And cycling is my cardio of choice. Now, another one is running. When I was able to run back in college and stuff like that, I was just with my own thoughts. Like, I don't think I even listened to music when I ran. It was that like crazy. So I would just have like my Runkeeper app, and I would just run and go on the next long run on a Sunday, and I would do it in the bitter cold. It was like negative something degrees, and I would just bundle up and run, and it was wonderful though. And I always felt like so, like, I don't know, just like not fulfilled, but like just like cleansed. Like I just felt so good afterwards, and it's just, you feel like, wow, like I just did this like crazy big feat. And you know, if you do it in the morning, it's like no one else is even awake, and I just accomplished something so awesome. So it makes you feel like just really good about yourself. And the other thing, that this is kind of weird, and it's like a short little thing, but if you just randomly start breakout dancing, like you're in your house and you're just kind of like feeling a little whatever, like you can literally just like put on your favorite song and start dancing. Or my favorite is, I literally would just like do a random cartwheel in the middle of the floor. Like I'll just be walking back and forth like from my bedroom into like the living area, and I'll just like do a cartwheel. I'll do some handstands, like do some like fun acro, like little like gymnastics things like that you probably were doing as a kid. As a kid, I remember waking up like on the weekends, and I would always go down the living room before, but like waiting for everyone else to wake up, and I would just be doing like handstands and like front walkovers, back, like all that kind of stuff, like bridges up onto the couch, just in the middle of the floor, and it was always so much fun. Like get upside down. If you can get upside down, like change the blood flow in your body, do it. It's so much fun. It always just feels very refreshing. So it's a very quick thing too. If you just need like a burst of energy, get into a handstand. You can do it against the wall. Don't worry, like you don't have to be perfect with it, but it's definitely fun to kind of do if you are capable of doing that. If not, do the dance. Do a quick little dance to your favorite song, an upbeat, fun song, and you're good to go. The next things are more of like creative kind of things. If you feel good with like getting your creativity out there and kind of like expanding your mind, a lot of things, like I like photography. I used to do it as a hobby. Now most of my photography is for work, and especially like video and like all of that. But I do, again, like this is why I bring my phone with me when I do like the nature walks and stuff, because I love my camera roll is basically selfies, the beach, and like outdoor stuff. I just love taking those pictures, and I like looking back at them. And even if like no one else cares, like I care. And like I like to post them to my Instagram story, and like I don't care if anyone else even looks at them. Like I think it's fun, and I like to document the different places that I go and see, and it's a great way to like document the beauty. So you can even make like a little challenge for yourself, like, oh, I'm gonna go to this nature hike, so I'm gonna check off the outdoor, check off a little exercise, and I'm also gonna take like, let's see how many different, I don't know, birds, bugs, whatever, like that kind of a thing, how many photos you can get of that. I loved like taking architecture pictures, so I would like, if you can like go into your town or your city or whatever and just like take cool shots, and it's fun because it's a fun way and a free way, once you have a camera, or if you just have your phone, to express your creativity and just kind of like see things in a new light, and it's fun to look back. Kind of on that is, I never took photos of myself for basically all of my like late teens, early 20s. I did not take pictures of myself, and I regret that like so much now. But so now I'm like making up for lost time. Like my personal Instagram account, which is the Instagram account that I kind of use for this kind of a YouTube thing, although whatever, I like literally just post the selfies and the outdoor stuff, and like I don't care. Like yeah, half the time like I'll post a bunch of selfies from like a little photo shoot that I do, and like whatever outfit I have on. I usually do it on weekends, and then like, you know, a few weeks later I'll be like, oh my god, I hate these photos, but like it doesn't matter because it's just for me. I'm posting those selfies for myself because I never took pictures of myself, and now I literally have to wait and make up for lost time. And I don't care. I love, you know, dressing up, putting on a little bit of makeup, and doing a little selfie session. Like it's fun, and who cares who sees it? Like don't do it for someone else. Like do it for yourself. And even if you don't end up posting them, I'm telling you, take pictures of yourself, because you're gonna regret not having those later on. So then the next thing on creativity is cooking and baking. Now, I personally love cooking and baking. Obviously, it is my career as a food blogger, but you don't have to like, so whenever I'm like doing something new, I know that it's a potential like recipe or whatever. But when I make like myself dinner or just whatever, like I look forward to that. It's very relaxing for me. I usually have like a podcast going or something, and I love just like mindlessly like doing the chopping, whatever, and just making myself like a beautiful meal. And I just love cooking, and I love baking, and it's very comforting. So do it like in a no pressure environment. Like if you have some fun cookbooks, or you have a recipe blog that you can go to, just pick something out and make it. And it doesn't matter if it comes out perfect, whatever. Like it's very fun to kind of have that creativity where you can like make something and actually get real results and see it physically like formed into a whole new thing, and then you technically can enjoy it. So that's fun. If you don't like cooking, I really encourage you to try it again. Even if you think you can't, like anyone can cook. If you can read, you can cook. The other thing is, now this is where like drawing, painting, crafting, that kind of a thing, it depends. Like I tried painting at one point. I got like a whole like easel and stuff, and I don't know, I didn't find it very fun, but I think I put too much pressure on it, and like I'm just like I don't have artistic ability in that sense in terms of like drawing or anything like that. Like I just was not gifted with that. But if you do like that, like just doing a little doodling, coloring. Some people like coloring, some people think it's more stressful. I kind of find it a little bit more stressful. But even if you like go out, get like a new fresh box of like Crayola crayons, like nothing beats that. Or like colored pencils, whatever, and just do some sort of coloring, drawing, that kind of a thing. Find something like that, or even crafting, like all the millions of DIY projects that you can find on Pinterest. Like those are either gonna be like a low cost, you can go to the dollar store and find stuff, or you can like repurpose things in your own house. But that can also be a nice little, like kind of, it makes your mind like take a break from like any type of technology, whatever, and kind of get that creativity out there. Could be fun. So now the like consuming thing. If you feel like you need to consume something, this is where podcasts come in. I look forward to the podcasts that I have. Like I have a list of podcasts that I listen to every week. So every single episode that comes out, I listen to them. And I've had, some of them have been on there for years and years and years. Some of them eventually like, die off and then I have to remove them. But there is a set of podcasts that I listen to weekly regardless, it doesn't matter. Then sometimes I throw in other random episodes that someone recommended in a newsletter or whatever. So I listen to some other ones that aren't like the weekly staples, but I look forward to those. Like those are things that my week isn't complete without listening to my podcast. So find some like episodes, and that also kind of goes with the YouTube videos. Like I have different YouTube accounts for different interests. So like I have my original YouTube account that I watch like all my fitness influencers on that I've been watching for years and years and years. And then I also have like this account that I watch like more of the girly vlog stuff on. So like each of these different accounts I kind of keep more streamlined, but I look forward to watching those. Like make that kind of consumption enjoyable. Like that's where social media can get like maybe people like make you feel bad about yourself or whatever. Like don't have those on your subscription list. Like make a list of people and subscriptions that you really enjoy consuming. And again, like I've spoken about like my newsletter obsession in the morning, like that is so fulfilling to me to read through my newsletters, to get up to date with like what's going on in the world and stuff. Find those sort of like media outlets and creators and stuff that make you feel good, that you look forward to when they post something new that you want to see and consume, because that's gonna make you feel better. And you can, again, like you can be playing the podcast or whatever, or the YouTube video while you're doing another activity. And like when you're working out, I also said that, like I listen to podcasts and YouTube, long form YouTube videos and stuff when I'm working out, and it just makes it like such a wonderful experience to have all that like happening together. The other thing's reading, and I always, no matter what, I have a physical book going. So like a real like fiction novel, whatever, and definitely fiction. Nonfiction is like more of like a strenuous task, I think. But if you just have like a real fiction novel, and again, you can go to the library and get free books. You don't have to spend money. Maybe look at like audiobooks too, because you can replace that with a podcast, whatever. But always have like a physical book going, because I usually read when I'm doing like steady state cardio, and it's a good way to get a few chapters in, whatever. And then I also use the Pocket app, which I've spoken about before, to read like long form journalism and articles and stuff. And so even though it's not a book, like I love reading things too. But find like those downtimes where you're just like, wow, I need something. And again, maybe you're like sitting on the beach or like out, whatever, and you just need a little something. Use the Pocket app, which it's easier to be like out and about reading on that, or if you have your physical book with you. Or I guess people use Kindles now. I've never gotten into that. Having a physical book is so much different, like actually flipping the pages, that's just wonderful. Now the consumption in terms of like food and drink, have a coffee or tea routine, whatever. Like I look forward to my morning coffee routine. I usually drink coffee around like 10 o'clock, 10:30. So it's a whole thing. Like I love like grinding the beans, boiling the water, brewing it over my pour over and everything. Like it's so wonderful, and I love that warm, cozy sip of coffee during the week. Like it's absolutely so enjoyable. My day would not be the same without it. And again, at night, I like to have a hot mug of tea. So I have so many different teas, and I love trying them. Always herbal tea, so anything caffeine-free, like naturally caffeine-free at night. But those little moments during the day, like I really look forward to them, and they make the day better. Like these tiny little moments that like aren't like a big deal. Like they're just simple little things that you could incorporate daily into your life. Set up a little routine for yourself. It's wonderful. And then when you have meals, so this goes with the cooking, like I eat the foods I love, and that's why like I love the whole cooking process, from like making the food to then eating it, and it just makes me feel so wonderful. And then I usually, when I'm eating, I always have like a podcast or a video playing or something, but make it an enjoyable thing. Like, don't be like ordering out food, like whatever, like that's not fun. Like, actually cook your own meals, and it's like so much more fulfilling, and then you get to actually consume your creations. Now, some other like indoor activities to do, like if you can't be outside because it's raining or something weird that I love to do, and I think I've heard other people do this too, but like just wandering stores. And this is not, because you know how like frugal I am, where I'm not just like going out buying things. I love just like walking around Target and just whatever. Like Target is a very calm store, and just walking around looking at things. Of course, I typically am like taking like photos and videos of like new products, whatever that I see for social media, but it's also fun to just like walk around the store. Like it could be any store. It doesn't have to be Target. It can be like Home Goods. It could be the mall or something. Just go to your mall and just walk around and just see it. If you see, oh, like maybe you do like a quick, sometimes I will try on a bunch of clothes, not buy anything, but just, you know, it's fun to kind of do a little dress up. And then if I do see something, maybe I'll just like add it into my notes, save the link to it, find it online. And then if I actually really want it, maybe I'll go back and get it. But that's kind of fun. If you just kind of need a break, you need to get out of your house, it's raining, whatever, just go walk around the store and just wander and just take your time, nice and relaxed, no pressure. You don't have to buy anything, that kind of a deal. It's fun. That goes along with like libraries and bookstores. Like there is nothing more cozy and relaxing than wandering like a nice quiet library. Like when's the last time you went to your library? You should go. If you don't have a library card, like it's free. Go get a library card and then like go rent or whatever, check out a book. They're just so relaxing. You could literally just sit there and like maybe do a little reading. Go to your library, find a book, read for an hour and leave. Like it's such a quiet, calm environment. And the same thing goes with like bookstores. Like I love wandering Barnes & Noble, and anytime I see a new title or something that I'm like, wow, I definitely want to read this eventually, I will like go into my Goodreads app on the phone. I use the website. I never download apps. But if you go in there and you can just add it to your list of like to read books, I love doing that. And it's just very relaxing and calming. Just be around all of that. Like books are such a calming thing. And the other thing is in your own space, cleaning and organizing. I love my like weekly or bi-weekly like deep cleans. It's so satisfying because once you're done, it's like, wow, my space is nice and clean. It smells all fresh and sanitized and wonderful. That's fun. Like make the cleaning enjoyable. Like it doesn't have to be stressful. You don't have to like, I feel like people think like, oh, cleaning up their space is like a very stressful thing. But if you do it like more on a consistent basis, you can make it an enjoyable activity. Again, have your podcast going, have some music playing, whatever, and make it enjoyable. And then you know that like the final result is like, wow. Because when your space is nice and clean and organized and neat, you're gonna feel so much better. Just, you're not gonna feel the chaos around you. So again, that's like also organizing. Just be like, wow, like I need to organize my closet. I need to organize this drawer, like this pantry, whatever. Like do it every so often because it really does make you feel better. Oh, one other thing that I forgot about this. When I'm like, I find myself mindlessly scrolling sometimes, like in the morning or whatever, like at night when I'm kind of done with everything, going down a rabbit hole and like researching something is really fun. And I do this a lot, like, especially when I'm like on LinkedIn, whatever, looking at different companies and things like that. Like I will click or I find one interesting person who's like on a podcast, I'll click on their website, but then I'll go to this other thing and I'll find this other company, and then I find this whole other industry. Like I love going down rabbit holes of research online and stuff. Like it's fun. So if something has interested you, again, this is also like teaching yourself something. Like I love teaching myself, like I taught myself how to code and all that kind of stuff. Like follow your interests, like actually go and research these things. It's all free online. You could learn anything you want. So if learning fills your cup too, go ahead and like sign up for a course or do like free YouTube university, you know? So teach yourself something, go and actually explore your interests. You're like, I always wondered how this and this worked, or I always wondered about this industry. Like go and actually do the research on it. It's fun and there's no pressure because you're just doing it on your own time, whatever. I love my little bookmark structure that I have on my browser. Like it is insane. No one would understand it except for me. But like saving different like interests I have in different folders and stuff, and different articles that I find about that topic. Like I save all those things, I come back, like whatever. I love doing that. And that's just like a fun indoor consumption kind of creativity activity to kind of encompasses everything. The last section is like connection. So when you feel like you need to be with someone else or you are feeling lonely, my suggestion is go on to either the Facebook event page, Meetup. I mean, there's different like newsletters depending on the towns and all that, but go to different free events. Like a lot of events are free or they're gonna be low cost, but I know down here we have tons of art festivals and craft shows or different like music and festivals and stuff that happen usually on the weekends, or honestly because it's a tourist destination during the weekend stuff at night. But those are fun where it's like you don't have to actually go with someone, but there's gonna be other people around. So you can technically meet someone, or you're just gonna be in the company of other people. It'll make you feel better, it can make you feel safe. But that's something fun to do, and just kind of find free local events that you can go to. They're always good. Like you always leave feeling good. So this also is like museums. So this, I always kind of lumped nature stuff, like nature hikes with museums, but they're kind of different. But go to like galleries or museums. I know in the summer that a lot of museums have like free admission, and the Boca Art Museum down by me, they have like free admission all of June and they just extend it into July. But I just went to this museum by myself on the weekend and just like wandered around the art and just like I was absolutely by myself just looking at art, and it was wonderful and I really enjoyed it. So do those kind of like things. If you think, oh wow, like I'm not a museum person, like actually try it. If you've actually tried it, I'm gonna say like you're gonna like it. And a lot of art galleries are free to just look at the art, and it's beautiful, and it's just, you can kind of get inspired maybe for yourself to start an art project or whatever, right? Final thing is to volunteer. Let's say you want to go to this like event or this music thing, whatever. See if they have like volunteer opportunities, like, because then you get to go to the event for free, and maybe you're just like volunteering, you're working like a stand, whatever, but you kind of get to go and it's free, so it's like whatever. Or like volunteer somewhere. There's so many like obviously like animal things down here, a lot of like the marine life centers and all of that, but there's so many different volunteer opportunities that you can still do. Like you're never too old to volunteer, so it's not like, oh, I gotta do it for service hours or high school, whatever. Like go out, find some interest that you like, maybe that you want to support, and see if you can do like by you volunteering once a week or once every 2 weeks, whatever, or a specific event. It's a great way to actually get into an event, or to just kind of like make yourself feel good and then make other people feel good as well. You never know. So hopefully that helps. Those are different ideas that you can do this summer, you can do all year round, but these little things that are free, they don't cost money, they don't have to cost money. If they do, it's gonna be low cost, or it's gonna be like a one-time thing to get a bike because you wanna start cycling. But they're all just great ways to kind of like refill your cup, prevent burnout, make yourself feel good, that you can do completely alone. And you can, because I've done all this stuff by myself. And yeah, so hopefully this helps. Let me know what some of your favorite self-care or just solo activities are. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you back here next week.